Alrighty, Trekkies. It's time for Star Trek: The Resurgence to return to Resurgence. Just start. Alright, so what do I remember we did last time? So we met the aliens. They don't like each other. They forced my commander to choose between them. Even though she wasn't really in a position of authority to be doing that, but whatever. So now I think we just have to mingle.
The captain and ambassador have it handled.
Okay.
I've got my own mission.
Alright. Oh, by the way, I kind of looked up the technical things about this game on my own. So yeah, even though Steam says this is running at 62 FPS, apparently that's the max this game can run at. Apparently a lot of the cutscene rendering is done at a lower frame rate. I don't know why that is. So that's why sometimes the cutscenes look like they have a lower frame rate than the game, even though Steam is telling me the game is running at over 60 FPS, it doesn't look like it. And that's what's throwing me off here. But apparently the cutscene animations have a lower frame rate. I don't know why that is in this game. That's a little weird. But apparently that's what's going on with that. Appreciate. I too appreciate water.
Soothing.
But I'm certain it's not potable, so don't drink it.
Commander, I'm glad you've chosen to side with the Hotari. I knew the Federation would see through the Illidians' baseless claims and protect the interests of my people.
The Hotari have suffered enough at the hands of the Illidians.
I couldn't agree more.
I'm not sure I would have picked any of those options, to be honest, but...
I assume you were there the day the mines were seized from the Illidians.
Not seized. Reclaimed. And restored to their rightful owners. Yes, I was there. We had to be decisive. Before the Illidians could even realize their worst nightmares upon them.
Were the Hotari miners armed during the revolt? I'm just trying to understand how it happened.
If by that you mean armed with centuries of abuse and exploitation at the hands of the Illidians, then yes.
Which doesn't really answer my question.
We had them vastly overwhelmed from the start. They respect one thing above all else, and that is force. The greater the force, the more certain the outcome. Any talk of making peace is just that, and worth little without the strength to secure it. Which makes me wonder about your ship, the Resolute. Undoubtedly the Federation's finest warship.
I wouldn't go that far.
With anything the Illidians might have in store. Or
Yeah.
is that not true?
I wouldn't consider
I've misjudged it.
It's a science vessel, man. Come on.
It wasn't designed as a warship. More for scientific research and exploration.
But the Federation must have ships designed for war.
Technically, they're Starfleet ships representing the Federation. But yes.
I see.
Sidron.
A pleasure meeting you, Commander. I'm sure we'll cross paths again.
Yeah, I would not consider the Resolute a warship. Far from it. It is a light cruiser. A science ship. I mean, maybe it's better than what they have. I don't know. Maybe by comparison, the Resolute is a massive warship. For all I know.
Commander Rydek, I'm encouraged to see the Federation supporting my people. I'm afraid of what might happen without your help.
If anyone deserves thanks, it's Ambassador Spock. No one is more invested in negotiating a peaceful settlement to this conflict than he is.
I'm so glad. We need his help before the situation escalates further than it already has. It's been very trying. I saw you speaking with Sidron, our national hero. I'm curious, what did he say?
He seems to be of the opinion that negotiating for peace is a waste of time.
Because force is the only blunt instrument he understands. He's a miner, not a diplomat. For the first time in our history, the Hotari have the upper hand. We see ourselves as strong instead of downtrodden. New voices have risen up. Old voices shouted down. Galvin and Sidron have become national heroes. Now, they have the Queen's ear. For better or worse, depending on your perspective.
I take it they're against a negotiated peace with the Illidians.
Heroes tend to want more of what made them heroic. If it were up to them, they'd wage all-out war and bring ruin upon us all. My fear has been that the Illidians will launch an attack and crush us. You've seen their starship, no doubt. They could have retaken the mines whenever they wanted to, but it never happened. And as strange as this may sound, I'd almost say they're afraid. I just don't know what they're afraid of. It's still the same bluster and bravado you would expect from them. But it has no teeth. Like they're afraid of what might happen.
Because of what happened in the mines. Is it Galvin they're afraid of?
It's entirely possible. But I don't know for sure. Whatever Galvin is doing in those mines is turning everything upside down. No one knows exactly what's happening. Since the day of the revolt, Galvin has seized control of the mines and restricted all access. No one's allowed without his personal authorization. And they've taken over a section of the palace with just as much secrecy and security. I'm told it could be something they brought back from the mines. I've made inquiries, but everyone pretends it doesn't exist. I strongly suspect they're hiding something.
What do you think it is?
I've heard rumors it's some sort of ancient artifact, but I haven't seen it myself.
How can we know?
I'd better see what's happening.
Do you think you can find out what they're hiding? I need to see proof of something before I can make my case to the Federation.
I can try, but even if I found it, I might not know what to make of it.
Take this. You can use it to capture whatever you find, and then send it to me.
I am assuming you know how to use it.
Thank you.
Yeah. You push the buttons on it.
I'll let you know what I find. And I look forward to our meeting again.
Maybe we got some super secret ancient alien technology.
I couldn't help but notice you were speaking with the Hotari this whole time.
I was about to get to you.
I figured in the interest of fairness, I should offer another perspective.
Of course.
I'm probably not telling you anything you don't already know, but these negotiations rely on the Federation's neutrality, as does any hope you might have for a supply of dilithium in the future. So, why you would choose to side with the Hotari escapes me.
Well, my hand was kind of forced.
Without Illidian involvement, there is no dilithium trade.
We are and will remain completely neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution to this conflict.
As is ours. Of course, the question is, at what price? Major Salit Arminta, Special Attaché, Illidian Armed Forces. Pleasure to meet you, Commander. I have my issues with the Hotari, but I have to give them some credit. They know how to seize an opportunity. Inciting an uprising the same day as a massive once-in-a-lifetime ion storm.
Our assumption was that this storm was just an anomaly.
Yes, a very convenient anomaly. At least that was what we were told. Of course, I wasn't there. But who am I to say otherwise?
You sound skeptical.
Well, the official story is that it was the storm that enabled the revolt. How else do a bunch of unarmed, unorganized miners seize control of an entire moon, much less thousands of mines? But I've talked to people who were there. They tell a different story. They say they're lucky to have escaped with their lives. That it was more than just the storm. That somehow the miners were able to harness the energy from the storm. I know it sounds crazy. Not even sure I believe it myself. But that's what they said.
You said the Hotari were primitive,
Well, they are.
except for the part about weaponizing ion storms.
That sounds like advanced tech to me. Or advanced alien
If you'll
tech.
excuse me, Commander Rydek.
Clearly, we need to investigate the moon and the mines at some point. Oh yeah, I don't have my tricorder no more. I gave away my only tricorder.
Well, that was a disaster.
What happened?
The Hotari refused to concede anything, so the Illidians stormed out.
The Hotari did not invite us here as peacekeepers.
As enforcers, then.
I hope your efforts were more fruitful than ours.
Gravitational harmonics failing to resolve. Warp bubble stability degrading. Increase output to maximum.
Increasing warp output to maximum.
It's happening again.
It is evident that presently, the Resolute cannot achieve warp propulsion.
Since our diagnostics rule out any problems with our warp systems or anything about the ship, the problem appears to be the fabric of space itself.
Space itself?
Yeah.
You're saying something about this region of space prevents warp travel?
Prevents it, or can't sustain it.
However improbable, that appears to be the case.
The storm didn't stop us from leaving space dock and traveling here. But could it still be causing this interference with warp travel?
We must follow sound investigatory principles. Do not let an assumed conclusion drive your analysis.
Sometimes we need a little inspired thinking, Mr. Chovak. Captain Solano is on his way back from the negotiations, and I want to have some answers for him when he gets here.
Indeed. Given the facts at hand, we may be able to deploy subspace probes around the ship to construct a clear picture of the phenomenon.
Around the ship. I'll prep a shuttle.
Hey, we get to go fly a shuttle now. Let's crash it into the ship and see what happens. No, I'm not really gonna do that. Well, out of the interest of testing the game, it might be worth trying to see what happens.
I'm setting up a waypoint at a distance roughly corresponding to the edge of our warp field. When we get there, I'll deploy the first probe.
Alright, shuttle control. So use W and D. Oh, wait, what? Why the D key? Why not use S as the fly backwards button? That seems weird. Use Q to ascend, E to descend. This is, sure why they set the controls up that way. That's kind of weird. Ion storm will fill your path with hazards. Green will damage, taking damage. 3 times will fail the mission. Life remains created by a storm be piled carefully. Follow path. Says 100, that indicates an asteroid. So, what kind of control do I have here? Okay, S is reverse here. A and D is straight, okay. So apparently that earlier tooltip was just incorrect information.
Commander Westbrook, the Resolute systems are calibrated to receive the probe's readings. We are standing by to reproduce the warp field collapse after the first probe is deployed.
Thank you, Mr. Chovak. We'll be in position shortly.
And, Mr. Diaz, do take care in piloting the shuttlecraft. Now is not the time to indulge in the human penchant for joyriding.
We're not even going that fast.
Chovak probably isn't such a fun guy to work for, huh?
I don't take it personally.
I just don't take it personally. At least I try not to.
That's a very mature answer. Shows a positive attitude.
He's a Vulcan. He's gonna be like that.
When I start complaining to you about the ship's new first officer.
Oh, tell me about her. Tell me more. Okay, you're not gonna tell me more. And keep your secrets. Shuttle has a tendency to kind of wobble around a lot.
This is far enough. Transporting the first probe into position. Westbrook here. The first probe is deployed.
Understood. We are reading it. We are about to replay the simulation.
Don't you want to deploy all the probes first?
Problem?
Don't get me wrong. Things are definitely trending up with Commander Rydek. She's put my ideas into action. And she listened to me when your life was on the line out on the hull.
That sounds like a good thing.
It is. But I'm still trying to figure out if she's right for the job. She didn't go through what the rest of us did. Still got chosen to be #1. Can't tell if she was actually siding with me, or if we just fell on the same side.
Yeah, but she's lucky she didn't go through what we did. You can't hold it against her.
Actually, I think I can, even if I shouldn't.
Test is running. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1, mark.
Whoa. All right, that is definitely a problem with the fabric of space. We need to get another probe out there. With 2 points of data, the Resolute and the probe, we've managed to get an interference pattern. I'm setting a waypoint to a particularly strong area of interference. We'll deploy the second probe there. Listen, I'm gonna give you a piece of advice I wish someone had given me. Make sure you're never just one thing. And don't get so focused on what's in front of your face that you lose sight of the big picture. Before Rydek showed up, the captain pulled me into his ready room and told me he didn't think I had the people skills to be first officer. What a load of crap. I mean, if he'd said that about Chovak, sure.
Is that why you're being so friendly to me? Politics?
That would be clever, but I think you give me more credit than the captain does. You're all right, Diaz. And you've got potential. You're a capable engineer. You're good in the field. Keep up the good work, and who knows? A solid jack of all departments like you could be Commander-in-Chief of Starfleet one day. Hell, Admiral Jellicoe's
Someday.
as a shuttle pilot. And there are places to go in the enlisted ranks, too.
You know, I'd be the best leader Starfleet ever had.
Yeah, I'd be the
Lower decks
best.
always have to fix all the problems command causes. Maybe I'd just save everybody some steps.
Well, don't forget about us little people when you're running things.
Of course not. You gotta remember where you came from.
Here. This is close enough. Stop the engines. Deploying the probe. Westbrook to Commander Chovak. We're ready for another sampling of data.
Very good. Running the simulation again. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1. On.
Yeah, it's like a
There it is again.
I saw it.
crystallization of
Seems to be
space
directional.
almost.
Well, what about the scans? Anything?
Here's the readings in relation to our local space. We've got the Resolute, Hotari Prime, and the probes.
All this interference is overloading the sensor buffers. We're gonna have to triangulate the sensors manually.
Oh, okay, interference peaks.
We got something.
These markers indicate peaks in the gravimetric interference patterns.
Let's see if I can find some more.
One right on top of the ship.
Hold up. This is coming from the moon,
A beam that blocks warp travel.
aimed right at us.
Someone is doing this intentionally. I don't know how they're doing it. This is like nothing I've ever seen.
Why would they be doing this?
Probably
We
to
came here
keep
to help these people.
Starfleet
Now
here.
we're getting hit by some warp-killing weapon?
Now, look here. It's current readings of the ion storm.
These concentrations, they line up with the interference pattern. The storm and this beam, they're coming from the same place.
Carter, whatever petty local conflict brought us here, it's just a small part of something much bigger.
Da-da-da-da. Probably that alien tech that's on the moon.
Explanation for how they're doing this. One thing is clear. This is no fluke.
Thank you, Mr. Westbrook. I want a full briefing when I'm back on board. Solano out. A targeted weapon that inhibits warp travel. Coming from the moon Tau.
That would explain the difficulties my shuttle encountered. More importantly, the tenor of the Hotari during the negotiations.
And here I thought the Illidians would be the problem. Coming to peace talks in a warship. This wasn't supposed to be so complicated.
For all their posturing, every indication is that the Illidians are afraid of the Hotari. They didn't bring their warship as a threat. They brought it because they're scared.
From everything we witnessed, I would say that is highly likely.
But what are they afraid of?
Tylus, the Hotari representative, said she thought they found something in the mines. Galvin and Sidron brought it back to the palace, but they're keeping it under tight security. She's going to investigate it. I gave her my tricorder. I expect she'll contact us soon.
You found an ally.
Why would Tylus help us? Go behind her people's back?
Because I was nice to her.
It's a fair question, considering.
Out of all of them, she's the one who seemed to genuinely appreciate that the Federation was involved. She believes in us, and I think we can believe in her.
That may be true.
She's certainly more likely to help than the other Hotari we've met.
That raises another question. Specifically, what do the other Hotari have to gain in bringing us here, only to make this hostile maneuver against us? There must be some motivation.
They want to
They
hold us
changed their
here.
minds between when they asked and when we got here.
I'll just go
Sidron
with
was
that.
very curious when we spoke outside the Queen's chamber. He wanted to know all about us, our ship, the Federation.
Yeah, he said we were a
Wasn't giving
warship.
any answers. He was looking for them.
Well, I'm sure you didn't tell him too much. I don't think the Illidians know what's really down on that moon either.
Major Armintas said the revolt defied explanation. That the Hotari miners somehow harnessed the energy of the storm.
Harness the energy of the storm.
Doing that is beyond even our capabilities.
So is a weapon that disrupts warp travel.
There have been civilizations and entities, both past and present, far more technologically advanced than the Federation.
The Illydians and Hotari don't fall into that category.
But that is all the more reason to investigate further.
Commander Rydek, sorry to interrupt. We've received an urgent call from Hotari. The Queen's advisor, Tylus, has asked to speak with you.
Put her through.
Let's see what we got.
Galvin and Sidron are still with
See, you figured out how to use the tricorder.
to gain access to the room they have under guard. I don't have much time.
I'm not supposed to leave my post.
It's only for a moment. I so appreciate your help.
This is assuming she's good at, you know, stealth reconnaissance. She might not be.
Got it. Tylus, if we needed to gain access to the mines on Tau, is that something you could help us with?
I suppose it wouldn't be easy, but I have to go.
Tylus,
Can we reconnect?
Don't burn your contact. Come on.
Sorry, Captain. We've lost all contact.
We can only hope she escaped without harm.
It was hard to tell.
I'm the one who got her into this. If something happens to her, it's my fault.
She's one of the Queen's closest advisors. I'm sure she'll be fine. Assuming the Queen isn't part of this. Let's see the scan of whatever the hell that was.
Tylus suspects this came from the mines on Tau.
It appears to be of ancient origin, but the markings are unfamiliar.
I'm glad you can discern that from the very plain hologram.
We get back to the Resolute. But if this came from the mines, then it might be the key to how they got the upper hand against the Illydians.
Then we have to go into the mines.
The Federation would not allow that. We were, after all, sent here to be a neutral party in a peace negotiation. However, we could demonstrate that the Hotari have acted in bad faith, which would enable us to investigate the mines on Tau with full justification. But of course, we would need conclusive proof before taking action. Otherwise, it could put us in a difficult position.
Whatever this artifact is may be proof enough. At least to satisfy the Federation.
Especially if we can show the Hotari are controlling the warp disruption. And targeting the Resolute.
We may have a better understanding once we analyze the device. But a mission to the mines, covert or otherwise, is not out of the question. And I will handle the Federation.
I'll change them in here. Turn the music down a smidge here. It does seem to be a little loud sometimes. Continue.
As I was telling Carter, I want all the data I can get on this warp problem. And the negotiating team's shuttle has been recording data all the way back from Hotari. Even better than our probes. So pull the sensor and engine ISOs from the Melville when it sets down.
Will do.
I'll join you and Chovak down in engineering to run another analysis after the briefing.
I didn't like this warp problem when we thought it was some astronomical anomaly. And I like it a hell of a lot less now that we know someone is doing it to us. How does it work? What do we even do about it?
What do you say we pull these chips and find out?
Took some damage on the way. That ionic interference scored the hull plating. Might be some micro welds. Let's try pulling together.
Get a crowbar. Does nobody on this ship have a crowbar?
One. It won't budge. Gotta be the storm damage. We need to... Welcome back. Any excitement down on the surface?
Excitement? No. Nothing like that.
Hey, can you hand me the
You sound
ET7
unimpressed.
from the toolbox?
I don't know what that is.
Huh?
Not much use for one on a security detail, huh?
Ah.
Carter?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll get it.
You don't seem okay. Is there something going on here I should know about? Where's that happy jolly show? So let me try and get her attention. Oh, no, maybe. All right. Just making sure you're not a clone.
Okay, I'll apply pressure while you decouple the panel.
You're not a mirror universe clone of yourself, are you? Just gotta make sure.
Here, I'll help.
We've got this.
Open up and say ah.
Thanks for the hand. We have to get these isolinear chips down to engineering.
No problem. You really know everything about these ships, don't you? The tools, the systems. Like a walking Starfleet technical manual.
I thought security was the detail to be on. Now all of a sudden you're interested in engineering?
Just the engineer.
Huh.
Come on, start pulling chips.
I wish this mouse deceleration was not a thing in this game. This is so annoying. It's just annoying. Oh, it just slows everything down. Pull my chips. Pull my oscillonium chips. Make some yellows. Take some reds. Then I dropped that one. It's dirty. What's this?
What's this?
Some kind of crystal formation?
It's a googly goo.
Whoa. This substance is a quantized spin crystallization of hydrogen, carbon, and lithium. It's emitting tetrametric pulses at an interval of 3.8422 seconds.
Quantized crystallization isn't natural. I mean, it's only theoretical as a means to engineer matter on a subatomic level. What's it doing in there?
Do we touch it? We probably shouldn't touch it with our bare hands. But you're gonna do it anyway.
Wait. Regulation 364, subsection 9.
What?
Regulation 364, subsection 9 orders that in the case of an unknown foreign substance infiltrating a sealed system, it will be placed in secure confinement before further examination. Retrieve a containment module.
Don't you think we're more equipped to deal with whatever this is?
I think that sounds like a
No.
sound advice. Let's go with
Anything
that.
else, this is a security issue. You don't even know what this is.
Which is why we need to study it.
Once it's contained.
Let her
If it's not
handle it.
natural, then someone might have put it there. It could be a tracking device. Some kind of sabotage. Or even a bomb.
Well, I don't think it's a bomb, but
Why we need to
it's
get
hazardous
into the
material.
lab.
Come
I'm
on.
thinking.
I can't make an exception. Not even for you.
I'm still going to report these crystals to Commander Westbrook when we send the shuttle data.
And I will inform my superiors. I'm taking this just as seriously as you are. But I overheard talk about the warp disruption on the shuttle. Now these crystals? Maybe this situation is more than we can handle with just a science vessel. We could trigger a distress call, get Starfleet to send more ships. Or I could send a message to my old CO on the Adirondack. Get some combat-tested vessels. We shouldn't do this alone.
I don't think we're in
We're at the edge
quite
of the
that
quadrant.
dire a
Hope
situation
isn't just
yet.
gonna pop over like we're in Sector 001.
Wouldn't hurt to try.
You talk like you've never had your backs up against a wall before. This is Starfleet. We solve our own problems.
I think we're not quite at that point yet.
Okay, stand back.
Oh, well, I would have just used tongs to
Get
pick
this
it
to
up,
the
but okay,
containment lab.
whatever. They need
We'll
to
get it set up
transport
for
it.
you. I'll let you know when it's safely confined.
Oh, we'll be there.
Last thing you want is to study this down in main engineering and have it explode next to the warp core.
Yeah, that'll be bad. Oh.
Almost forgot.
Can't have that.
For a second, I thought she'd gone cold on you.
It seemed that way. I thought she was her mirror
That
universe
she might
self.
have changed her mind. But I guess this whole situation has her spooked. Maybe she knows more than us? Or it's because this is all happening so fast?
Yeah, there was something a little off about her.
Like that talk about sending a distress call? That was pretty out there. She was probably just thinking out loud. I'm sure she'll come to her senses. This mission has enough complications stacking up.
Now, we'll get through it. You, me, and Miranda too.
Commander Rydek was able to work behind the scenes during the negotiations and made contact with a representative from the Hotari delegation named Tylus. She mentioned an unusual artifact of unknown origin being held under tight security within the Hotari Palace, which she believes came from the mines on Tau. Now, this artifact might have a connection to the revolt, to the storm, and to the warp disruption we now know has been targeted at the Resolute. Commander Rydek, if you want to take it from here.
Of course. Tylus managed to infiltrate the heavily guarded location within the palace and sent us these scans using my tricorder. It appears to be some sort of control panel, possibly connected to the warp disruption weapon originating on Tau. Of particular interest is this symbol, which we couldn't identify the origin of.
The Federation database has records from a vast number of civilizations. If anyone from Starfleet has come across this before, the system should recognize it.
Cross-referencing with Federation records.
Displaying symbols from Federation database with a 90% probability of match or higher. Select a symbol to further analyze.
Okay, what do we got? I don't think it's that. No. Nope. Nope. That looks like match to me.
.2% match.
Got it.
What do we got here? The Khan Empire.
So, what are we looking at?
The design and composition indicate this is a glyph associated with the ancient Khan Empire. Their civilization collapsed over 600,000 years ago, but once spanned millions of systems with a population numbering in the trillions.
Fascinating. The Takan were once the most advanced, most powerful civilization in the galaxy.
Besides the
Is
Iconians.
it possible the Hotari found Takan technology?
I wonder if they even know what they have.
Our knowledge of the Takan is limited. I have only encountered passing references to them.
I can pretend I know.
I've heard of the Takan.
You have?
Quite impressive, Commander.
Computer, summarize the Enterprise D's discovery of a Takan outpost.
On stardate 41386.4, the USS Enterprise D, under the command of Captain Jean-Luc Picard, discovered a Takan outpost in the Delphi Ardu system. According to the mission summary, an unbreakable energy-draining field was deployed against the Enterprise and a Ferengi ship. The Enterprise was only able to escape after negotiating their release with an entity known as Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire.
Unbreakable energy draining field. It starts to make sense.
What else is there?
Oh, I think I remember that episode.
lot
That
here.
was early
Let's take it
in
piece by
TNG.
piece.
Select the aspect.
That was when the Ferengi were first introduced. Yeah. The Ferengi and the Enterprise were kind of stuck together, and the Ferengi... This is when the Ferengi were being like their evil, creepy, weird selves, and not the ultra-capitalists that they became later on. So I think down on the surface they had to deal with this dude, whatever his name was, and negotiate with him. It's been a long time since I've seen the episode. I can't remember bits and pieces of it.
The technology to capture and hold the Federation flagship would have to be unbelievably powerful. Computer, what else can you tell us about the energy-draining field the Takan used?
The Enterprise D was unable to break free on its own. The precise nature of the technology was never fully understood. Only that the crystalline technology used was beyond the comprehension of then-current Starfleet science.
The engineering team found a quantized spin crystal formation in the shuttle you took to Hotari. They registered tetrametric radiation coming from it.
We have Takan technology on board right now?
We might. I'll run a full analysis in the containment lab.
Yes, that's made me curious how the hell that got onto the shuttle to begin with.
There appears to be some sort of restriction order from Starfleet. Computer, explain this restriction.
A Starfleet directive similar to General Order 7 forbids entering the Delphi-Ardu system or attempting to make contact with Portal 6-3.
It's quarantined.
Starfleet doesn't throw up a no trespassing sign for just anybody.
I suppose it makes sense considering what happened to the Enterprise D.
I got no information on the Ferengi. Tell me about the Ferengi.
Someone from the Takan Empire is actually still around.
Or at least was, 16 years ago.
Computer, what other information do you have on Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire?
The entity known as Portal 6-3 is of an unknown nature. A biped humanoid, he was unaware that the Takan Empire no longer existed at the time of the encounter. He was able to control the crystal-based technology of the Takan outpost through apparent telepathic means. It was by his choice that the Enterprise was released from the energy-draining field after Commander William T. Riker of the Away Team argued on behalf of both Starfleet and the Ferengi.
Telepathic control of their technology.
As I have said, they were the most advanced civilization in the galaxy.
Besides the Iconians, let's not forget about them. Okay, is there like anything else here I need to look at? Or are we done?
What sort of planet is Delphi-Ardu 4?
Delphi-Ardu 4 is an M-class planet, a barren rocky world with little to no vegetation and frequent ion storms. The giant crystals that grow there absorb energy, but it is not understood how they do so. The entire Delphi-Ardu system, consisting of 11 planets, was considered completely uninhabited until the encounter with Portal 6-3.
Frequent ion storms. That can't just be a coincidence.
The Elydians should have crushed the revolt. But if the Hotari have Takan technology and can control it, I see why they're willing to negotiate peace. For all we know, this could be just the beginning. And we're up against something greater than we can imagine.
There's only one way to find out. We need to see what's down there for ourselves.
I might be able to help with that. We've been able to triangulate the source of the ionic interference and warp disruption to a specific mine on Tau. Engineering used the latest data from your shuttle to pinpoint its origin. There.
So we know where to look.
Commander Rydek's right. We need to know what's down there, what the Hotari are hiding, to better understand what we're up against, and to neutralize it if we can.
Captain, embarking on a mission to the Hotari moon would not be viewed favorably by either side. However, given the circumstances, we are entirely within our rights to defend ourselves.
I just want to make sure this doesn't blow up in our faces. Which is why I'm thinking of sending Commander Rydek on a covert mission to Tau.
Yes, we have to send me, the player.
Assuming you're up to the task. It would require absolute secrecy. And obviously, it's not without risk.
Let me make sure I take my insulin and I'll be ready.
They're in safe hands with me.
Under normal circumstances, that would be the case. But given the sensitive nature of this incursion, I'm afraid you'll have to go it alone. I'm hoping Tylus can accompany you. The priority is to avoid detection. It's a calculated risk. The last thing we need is to get caught and then blamed for violating our neutrality and aggravating an already tense situation. We can't afford any mistakes, which is why I've chosen you.
It's a risk we have to take. We need to know what we're up against.
Agreed. And of course you'll have the full support of the Resolute throughout.
We must take every precaution.
Yes, make sure you...
Get in touch with Tylus and make the necessary arrangements as discreetly as possible.
Bridge to Captain Solano. The Illydians have moved additional ships to the edge of the Hotari system. Current heading is straight for the homeworld.
Understood.
It would seem we no longer have the luxury of waiting. In that case, may I suggest you and I return to Hotari Prime? Doing so will provide Commander Rydek as much time as possible to complete her mission.
Agreed. We'll hail the Queen's delegation from my ready room. We all know what we need to do. Dismissed.
Petty Officers Diaz and Edsolar, where is the crystal formation that you found in the shuttle? I have tasked Ensign Calloway with performing a full analysis of the tetrametric pulses.
Security has
brought
it.
it to the containment lab.
I was just there. They don't know anything about it. Security never checked it in.
Miranda never got there?
She's the one that had the crystal formation?
Yeah.
Yeah, something's up.
Detail from the negotiations.
It's her mirror universe self. She's been had.
Carter Diaz to Miranda Maris.
Commander Westbrook to Petty Officer Miranda Maris. Respond.
Something's not right.
She's still on the ship. She has to be.
Computer, locate Petty Officer Miranda Maris.
Petty Officer Miranda Maris is in the isolinear storage array on Deck 5.
I'll go find her.
Good.
Maybe bring another person as
I'm sure
backup?
Mr. Diaz can attend to this on his own.
Are you sure about that? This sounds like an unusual situation. Maybe you should have a backup, just in case this is like an alien in disguise or something, you know? You know, crazier stuff has happened before. Yes, but dark and spooky computer core room.
Someone improperly pulled these isolinear chips.
Man, they're all dirty. Why'd you have to do that? Look at this. Who leaves isolinear chips on the floor like that? Somebody's gonna step on these.
Who did this?
Somebody's gonna step on that, slip, and they're gonna fall and break their neck. That's a safety hazard. Let's be quiet about this. Stealth. Or at least the best stealth we can manage. Trying to make me slip on the isolinear chips and injure myself. How dare you? They're not Kit Kats. Don't just snack on them.
What the?
Oh, it's just you. I'm busy right now. Why don't you come back later?
I called you on the comm badge. Twice. Commander Westbrook, too. Why didn't you answer?
Oh, I guess I was just caught up in my work. But I'm through here, so I can't stay and chat. I have other things to do. Sorry you came all this way for nothing.
Well, hold on a second. Commander Westbrook said the crystal formation we found in the shuttle never made it to the containment lab. He sent me to find you.
I don't know why he'd say that. I brought the crystals to the lab myself.
Are you calling him a liar?
Whatever he told you, he got it wrong. All I know is where I left them.
Take me there.
If that's the case, let's both go down there and find them. It's that simple.
I don't have time for that. I have work to do. Look, I appreciate that you came to check on me, but I'm fine. You worry too much. We're on a starship.
I'm worried because you're acting strange. 1 minute you're citing regulation to take the crystals, and now you don't seem to care that they've gone missing. And what are you even doing in here?
Will you drop it? I don't like being interrogated, Carter.
Hey, wait up!
I don't like weird women.
I'm getting some very mixed signals from you right now.
I'm getting mixed signals from you.
I'm sorry. I'm under a lot of stress right now. Just tell Chovak or whoever I don't know where the crystals are, and let me go about my business.
That's
I know we
not...
have some things to figure out. I don't have time to stand around and debate with you. Not right now.
Okay, let's try a different approach.
I want to help you, but you're not making it easy.
Then I'll try to make it simple. You don't have to say anything at all.
Miranda, hold on.
No. Get out of my way.
Getting kind of violent here. Alright, I'm gonna tussle.
So I see you found each other.
Alright, that was a very short tussle.
You were taking so long, the commander sent us to see what the problem was.
Yeah, you two should have came as backup.
You were sent here with specific orders, and fighting your crewmate wasn't one of them. What the hell is going on here?
Let's just let them explain.
I'd like to hear that, because I know what it looks like.
There's something seriously wrong with her. She's not herself, I'm telling you.
What does that mean?
It doesn't mean anything.
Well, for one, she was copying data onto this.
This drive is unauthorized.
There are ISOs all over the floor.
Yeah, that's a hat. That's a safety hazard.
Investigating this situation. And when Carter came looking for me, we got our wires crossed. It wasn't anything more than that.
Even if that was true, it still doesn't answer what happened to the crystal formation that she took. And she isn't helping.
I can't tell you what I don't know. I brought them where they belonged, and that's where I left them.
I don't know what's going on here, but I think we need to call it into security. She can explain herself in the brig.
I'm okay with
Hold on a
that.
minute. We don't need to put this on anyone's permanent record. Carter said you're not yourself. If something's wrong with you, we should head to sickbay and the doc will fix you right up.
Yeah, I haven't felt right since I came back from Hotari. I think I should see the doctor.
You two know her?
You agreed to that too
Really think
easily.
she's not well? We can take her to sickbay first. But what I know is this is a security breach, and we should treat it as such.
Please, just let me go see the doctor.
She did have a bumpy ride back on the shuttle. Come on, Carter. We should get her.
Security. We have an alien aboard.
This is Petty Officer Diaz.
An alien impersonator.
I need a security team to Deck 5.
This is unbelievable.
Hey, sometimes you gotta make a tough call. We've been in this situation on track before. Let's not fall for it if we can. All right. Let security handle it. She's raising too many red flags. Hey, it's this looks like Planet Soundstage. It's a perfect recreation of Planet Soundstage. Well, almost. It's a little bigger. Cool. Now I'm here. In this place. All on my own. Do we even have a phaser? No, I don't. Like, why would you send me with no phaser? No tricorder. All I have is my freaking comm badge. And the clothes on my butt.
Rydek here.
This is Zermatt. Any trouble getting to the surface?
I'm really starting to miss transporters.
As long as this storm
Has been that long.
you better learn to like shuttles. But if you can find the cause of the interference, we might be able to get back to transporting.
As if I needed another incentive. We both know there's a lot more than that riding on this.
Fair enough. You'll need to get in and out of the mine undetected, so I hope Minister Tylus can help in that regard.
So do I.
And to keep this covert, we'll refrain from contact unless absolutely necessary.
Understood. Rydek out.
Oh, now the game will allow me to crouch. Hey, new feature unlocked. Crouching. Also, I can sort of sneak, I guess, maybe.
The ionic interference is coming from underground. I should find a safer way down there.
Whoa. Do that again. Yay. Look at them teeth. Look at them teeth. There's some molars in there. That looks like our contact.
I saw your shuttle take off. Hopefully no one else did. It's good to see you. Even under these unfortunate circumstances.
Thank you for agreeing to this. You've already taken risks on our behalf. It means a great deal that you would do so again.
If it's for my people, no risk is too great.
Lead the way. I'll fill you in on what we've learned about the situation.
Follow me.
The device Galvin and Sidron brought back from the mines is being used to control some sort of warp disruption weapon that has the Resolute trapped in Hotari space. According to our readings, the power source for that device is on this moon, at the specific coordinates I sent you.
That sounds impossible. But explains the rumors of the Hotari controlling the ionic storm.
We strongly suspect the device was created by an ancient empire known as the Takan.
The Takan?
Once the most powerful civilization in the galaxy. But they've been gone for over 600,000 years.
It's hard to believe there's something like that on Tau.
Which is why I need proof. If we find hard evidence that Galvin and his allies are hiding dangerous Takan technology, I can convince the Federation to let us intervene.
Understood. We're almost there.
That's the mine?
Prospect 614 North, Subdivision 20.
It's enormous.
Just one of the thousands across Tau. The pride of Hotari.
How do we get inside?
The structure that circles the mine has entry points for transporting equipment into the lower levels. They're guarded, but nothing I can't get past using my authority.
Well, that's good to hear.
As long as you can avoid being seen, I should be able to talk my way past any miner. And provide a little distraction for you in the process.
How do I avoid being seen?
Don't be seen.
How dare you! Don't you know who I am? I am Tylus Altaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs.
That's not...
The Queen would be furious to hear you tried to deny me entry.
the Queen. But I just...
You just what? Just now realize the trouble you've made for yourself? And who exactly do you think you're going to report this to? Because I'll be reporting it as well, to someone much further up the ladder. You have no authority here. Do you understand who pays your wage? I can inform the Queen directly.
Hi, Gordon.
You'll regret everything you've said here today. You should have opened the doors the second I appeared before you.
That's not the protocol. I didn't know...
Each second you delay my entry will be recorded, processed, and permanently marked on your record. Can't believe this. Does your brain function? Do you speak our tongue?
She's insulting the heck out of this dude.
You're digging your own grave. I've reached the end of my patience. Escort me to the unit's bed.
I told you I can't...
Okay. Let's get a look inside you.
Lead the way. Be quick.
That still stopped the scan. That was done. Oh, there. Lead scan. Okay. Holster. Holster.
Full
There.
system access. Let's see if I can just... Bingo. Better hurry. Not sure how long she can keep him busy.
I'm sure she can throw a few more insults at him. Your mother smelled the elderberries. And then he'll be found like, what's an elderberry? I don't know what that is. You nitwit, do I have to explain what elderberries are to you?
Something in here is keeping that door closed.
Yes.
Got it. Should remove the security check on the door.
This looks like an area to do a shootout in. I don't have a phaser. Guess I'm just gonna have to do fisticuffs.
I didn't come here to educate an imbecile on royal protocol.
Of course not, Minister.
So I will be about my business here, and you will take yourself out of my sight. There you are.
You really let that guy have it.
It worked, didn't it? I'm used to having to throw my weight around. Hard to get anyone to listen to you otherwise.
I'm impressed. I didn't know you had it in you.
There's a lot you don't know about me. Underestimate me at your peril.
The catwalks were booby-trapped.
Galvin and Sidron have gone to great lengths to keep out the uninvited. Well, we're inside. Where do you want to start?
The ionic interference is coming from below us. We need to go deeper.
That lift goes down, at least to the changeover station. But we can't use it without DNA authorization from one of the guards.
I have an idea, but we need a few samples of DNA from the miners who work here.
Samples?
Fingerprints, sweat, blood.
Which will trick the machine and get us control of the lift.
That's the theory. Let's test it.
Yes, let's go cut a guard.
No luck.
Oh, that's not gonna work.
Unless this console thinks I'm a Hotari guard, it won't work.
The guards work out of that building back there. Might have some DNA.
Is there a toilet back there? We can look at the
Do you
toilets.
think we could just find a way to climb over this?
Possibly. But the console on the lift itself is locked by the same system that locks this ramp.
No shortcuts then.
I'm sure you can figure something out.
An Elydian console.
All the managerial technology in the mines is Elydian.
So they can keep an eye on their investment.
That's how it is.
Wow, that is a lot of DNA. I should look for the most concentrated spots. I can use this. That's a stable DNA sample. It's only partial, but a few more should do it. Not concentrated enough. I should try somewhere else. This'll work.
Harvesting all the DNA.
That's another I can use. Just need one more sample.
One more good sample. Leave some spit. Somebody leave some spit. Whatever this is.
Not enough. Gotta keep looking. There's gotta be stable DNA here.
Found some spit.
Perfect. That's enough to make the DNA profile. Time to go back to the lift. Leftovers. I should give this a scan. Almost looks like coffee. Almost.
Looks
I'll
like,
have some Ractigino when I get back to the ship.
looks like coffee grounds.
If they eat in here, it's likely there's some DNA in the room. Hotari must be tough on the inside, too. Hygiene clearly isn't a priority down here. You're not coming inside?
There are some things I'd rather not smell.
What? Come on, game. That's... okay. Okay.
This facility doesn't seem well maintained. There's DNA on this console, but it's only partial. I can't use this.
Maybe because we're outside.
The weather out here could dilute any DNA samples.
What about inside that structure? That's where the workers spend most of their time.
Good idea.
If only I had scanned this first instead of going in there. Then that would have actually made sense.
What's in all these containers?
These contain mining supplies, tools, energy packs for machinery.
Shouldn't mining supplies be inside the mines?
It is troubling. If the workers here aren't mining...
They're doing something else. I can't scan these. Alright. Let's try this again. Let me spook the console here.
It worked.
Theory proven.
I'll get it started.
Ready?
I'm a little afraid of what we might find down there.
We'll be okay. I've survived worse than this.
Well, I haven't. But I'll put my faith in you. For now. Jara. No, stay back. There's a guard at the station. We'll have to hide.
Oh, camp. Mouse is slow.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
You watch your tone with me. I'm Tylus Altaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs. I speak for the Queen herself.
This is a restricted area. No one gains access without the approval of Galvin or Sidron.
Wait.
Jues Gawad Abawencha.
Let me go!
Guess I got it. Oh, okay, I failed because I clicked the button and it didn't do anything. Like, what? Shoot the guard between... I don't have a phaser. What? Fine.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I think I have to click and hold.
I'm Tylus Altaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs.
The UI doesn't really make that clear sometimes. I have to click or click the hold.
Restricted area. No one gains access.
I think I had to hold the button down.
Galvin or Sidron.
Wait.
Oh, I have to move that in. Okay, there we go. Phaser just... I pulled it out of my ass.
I don't know.
Are you injured?
No, I thought if I could talk my way through like always, I'd be fine, but... I'm a diplomat. This isn't what I do. I've never even fired a weapon. This is just... It's real now. I wasn't ready for this.
Tylus, you can do this.
I don't see what you're basing that on.
All you've shown me so far is an iron-willed determination to save your people. I don't expect that's changed.
No. No, it hasn't. My authority has never been challenged like that. It meant nothing to him.
So we should assume any Hotari we encounter from here on can't be reasoned with.
Agreed. The only loyalty they have down here is to Galvin and Sidron.
Can you switch over the lift?
Guards should have a scan card that will allow us to operate the switch.
Got it.
He's not dead, is he? He's still one of my people, and I didn't come here to take Hotari lives.
I don't know if I
My
have him.
phaser's set to stun.
Okay, stun.
He'll be perfectly fine, just unconscious for a while.
Maybe taking a nap.
I see. We don't have that sort of technology on our weapons.
Good to know.
You probably should hide him somewhere, so another guard doesn't come across and be like, What happened here? Or we can just leave him there. Not worry about him. Oh, sweet, sweet dilithium. All of it unrefined. Unrefined dilithium.
The energy readings are emanating from this tunnel. It's sure to be guarded in there. Stay low and follow my lead. Is that all dilithium?
Not all of it. We excavate large chunks of rock that contain varying amounts of dilithium ore. It's sorted and processed at the collector ship above.
Frame rate.
More guards.
I take that as a sign we're getting close.
I'll get a closer look.
I have another device I pulled down my ass. Binoculars.
Looks like they've improvised a barrier.
Yes, we must be getting closer.
We need that particular card, don't we?
I'm afraid so.
Can you open that door?
Not without that scan card.
We don't have time to wait for them to finish whatever they're doing. We'll have to try to keep low and sneak past them.
I'm starting to see the utility of a phaser.
I wouldn't stand a chance against all three of them. I don't like our options here. I have to get us that card so we can open the door.
How? If they detect you, Galvin and Sidron's followers are clearly willing to kill to protect whatever's in this mine.
Hey, I'm trained for this. I'll be fine.
What should I do?
Avoid being
hang back.
seen. Stick to the edge of the room and meet me at the door.
Time for me to be the main character. Stealth. Okay. During stealth, there are enemies that, if alerted, will hunt for you and try to catch you. If you are caught, the mission is over. Maybe since if they're looking in your direction, stay crouched. Excuse me. Use sneak shift to sneak faster. Okay. If an enemy sees you, an icon will appear. Fills up. So they got sort of a detection indicator. Enemies take routes. Alright. Let's see how stealth works in this game.
Analysis in progress. Originally, the Lydians would try something else. They saw our power, our resolve. They're terrified of us. Until the plan is complete, we're vulnerable. Then get back to work, and we'll complete the plan more quickly. Good. Good. Those arrogant Lydians have no idea what's coming.
I think red just means I'm close to somebody. Yeah.
I saw something
No, you didn't.
strange.
Strange?
Processing. I can taste our victory. How long is Galvin going to make us wait? I'm not worried.
I'd
Just let us
melt
swell
if I
so
went through
far.
there. Keep moving.
Even here. We've been waiting for so long. Patience, brother. We'll get our chance. It's inevitable after all. That it is.
Can't see where this guy is. Just gonna have to take a chance that he's not there. Oh, she's there. Okay. Okay, done. Stealth successful. Stealth success there. I never knew I was there. We are Foxhound.
Stay close.
I see lasers. Blazers? How's the blazers here?
What?
Motion sensors.
Yeah, lasers.
They'll trigger an alarm. We'll be found.
Invisible to the naked eye.
They
Well,
could be anywhere.
not completely
How will
invisible.
we get through?
I mean, we could sneak through here, I think. I can see where these things are. Just don't go into the beams. Like, don't go that way. Climb. Whoops, what did I do there? No, what? I think I can go this way. See, very beautifully done. Some violence.
This?
It's where the uprising started. Hotari don't do this. We defend ourselves, but we don't kill on this scale, this level of savagery.
There's no such thing as a bloodless rebellion.
I don't know if we should keep going. So much death. I don't want to end up like them.
We'll make sure they didn't die for nothing. What we learn here could save the rest of your people.
Okay.
Whatever happened here, it made the Illydians abandon the mines. Let's find out what they're so scared of. These crystalline particles, they're not dilithium. Are they common in the mines?
Not that I've ever seen.
Can we scan? No. No scanning.
Is this the effects of an Illydian disruptor?
Yes.
Disruptors are cruel weapons. From the blast marks, it looks like the Illydians had far greater firepower. Hotari. And Elydian. Both sides took a beating. The Hotari fortified the side of the room opposite the door. It's a good tactic, but a few crates aren't going to stop fully armed Elydian soldiers. How did they win? Footprints. Elydian boots. Running back the way we came. Tylus.
What?
What kind of weapon did this?
This is like nothing I've ever seen or heard of. My people don't have a weapon that does this.
What else can you tell me?
Well, they do now. Yeah, now we can use strike order. They were crystallized. Actually, it kind of reminds me of the proto-matter crystallization on the in the expanse almost. They've been affected with proto-matter, or the not proto-matter. What do they call it in the show? Proto-molecule. Sorry, they call it proto-molecule in the expanse.
What an awful way to die. This must be why the Elydians are so afraid. Technology that surpasses their own, in the hands of the Hotari that they've lorded over for centuries.
Where did this weapon come from?
Well, the crystals are giving off tetrametric pulses. If I set my tricorder to search for that frequency, it'll lead us right to the source.
Radiation compass. Radiation visible through the tricorder and leads you to the scannable objects. Organite on the left will fill to indicate tricorder is facing radiation. I have my own Geiger counter. Alright, let's keep looking around.
This makeshift barrier forced the Elydians to enter from the service corridor, creating a choke point. Quite the advanced tactic for a species that's never waged war. This Elydian tried to run.
They didn't let him.
The Elydians shot to kill.
But if they killed him, why was he shot in the back?
Huh, you're right. The shot came from the side the Hotari were defending.
We don't kill our own. And he wasn't just caught in the middle.
Killed by the same crystallization as the Elydian.
Whose side was the killer on?
Tylus, you may not want to look down there.
I've come too far to... What is this?
They've been dumping bodies down here.
Unforgivable. Galvin and Sidron will be made to answer for this.
More of these crystals.
Another of my people dead.
Think they parked this here on purpose?
One way to find out.
Need any help?
I've got it.
This concentration of tetrametric radiation has never been recorded. Whatever they're hiding, it's right through here.
Can we get like a steady cam? Cam keeps jittering around in that scene there. It's still jittering. Come on.
This feels strange.
The crystals are increasing, growing outward, replacing the soil.
It's like an infection. A parasite. Growing inside Tau.
It's kind of like it's terraforming the place into something else. Oh, what have we here? The shiny.
Incredible.
This is definitely not Hotari.
It's the remnants of the Takan Empire.
I don't think we should be here.
This is exactly where we should be. Every strange thing we've seen in this system, it might all come from this room. We need to learn everything we can.
What are we looking at?
It's made of the same crystalline material as the rest of this place. But I can't tell much else. Might be some kind of sleep mode. I can't analyze this further unless it starts working normally.
Maybe we can turn it on from somewhere else.
Is that wise?
Hopefully. Let's keep looking around.
Is it a good idea to turn it on? Thought we were here to try and turn this thing off.
Look familiar?
It's almost identical to the console Galvin has hidden in the palace. It looks like a control surface.
Duh.
Somewhat resembles a transporter pad. This suggests there's some type of complex life form contained within each crystal.
Life form? There's something alive in these tiny crystals?
That's what it says. But hard to imagine how that's possible. Our science division will have a field day with this. We need to study it on the ship.
I'll stick it up my ass. Plenty of room in there. It'll be fine.
How are you holding up?
I knew Galvin and Sidron were dangerous. Now I know they're more powerful than I could have imagined. But the worst of it is knowing they got there by turning our people against their own.
Like somebody else has been pulling these things out.
Crystallized lithium compound. Its internal structure is extremely ordered. In fact, the states of these crystals on a subatomic level suggests a storage device of some kind. Energy levels are both stable and ordered, like information. Some of them appear to be depleted.
What kind of information would you deplete? Can your device read this?
It can roughly translate the words, but we don't have enough Taconian language on record to understand how it's structured.
Oh well.
Oh, we found a weapon.
What is it?
The device's primary function is to transmute lithium into this quantized crystalline compound. Possibly for the creation of weapons.
Do you think one of these was used on that Elydian in the tunnels?
Such a cruel weapon.
Oh, and the machine wakes up.
Jara?
I see it.
What's happening?
Someone turned it on.
There's no one here. Then maybe the device I saw in the palace can send a signal?
If that's the case, we may not be alone for long. Let's hurry.
I can feel the power coming off it.
I've never seen this kind of energy before. I'll need to record this with my tricorder. This can't be right. It's putting out almost 50 zettajoules of energy.
I assume that's a lot?
Enough to power this entire quadrant. This amount of power, the kind of radiation it's putting out, it's the cause of the storm. The warp disrupting beam, all of it.
What do we do now?
We get back to the Resolute. They have to know about this. Come on, let's...
Somebody coming?
We have to hide.
This is outrageous! I demand you let me go!
No need to complain. You're about to receive a gift beyond your wildest imagination. If anything, I consider it an honor.
What is that? What are you doing?
You'll see soon enough.
I can influence the course of the negotiations. I can make sure the Hotari get the better end of the bargain.
So can I.
Okay. Ah, yes, back to this there. Hey man, had to do what had to be done here. Not taking any chances here.
She said anything?
If there was a chance between you two, I think you've blown it out the airlock. Hope you're happy.
Oh well.
Miranda doesn't deserve this. We're supposed to be her friends.
I'm not happy she's in here. Not Miranda. The way she was acting, there's something going on with her.
Well, she's gonna have to answer for it here.
Come on, alien imposters are a well-known thing in Starfleet. How do we not know about this?
Start of something good. And you throw it away like that. I never thought you'd turn on me like this.
Miranda, I'm sorry it came to this. I really am.
That's one of those apologies that doesn't really mean anything.
It's hard to be all in when I don't know what's going on with you.
You think I owe you an explanation? Starfleet and its never-ending search for answers.
Tried to find the other members of the security team that went to Hotari, but they're missing. We found their comm badges stashed in a Jeffrey's tube.
You better hurry up and find them. There's not much time left.
Miranda, if you know where they are, you have to tell us. We're all Starfleet here. Doesn't that mean anything to you?
Not anymore. I have a new purpose now.
Here's something.
What is it?
Maris didn't get bioscanned after returning from Hotari. Neither did the other two that are missing.
None of them were scanned.
Which should not have happened.
knew something was wrong with her. She started acting strange when she got back from Hotari.
That would explain a lot.
We need to get more specific than that. I'll scan Petty Officer Maris and get some data to cut through all this speculation.
I think it's better if I do.
Maybe no. Let him do it.
Open up too.
He's an engineer. Why does he have to do this? This is not his area of expertise.
I can't believe this.
Anomalous Beta and Delta Wave. Nice noise. Average respiratory displacement, huh?
Data coming in. Come here for a second. Did you know?
Know what?
That's not Petty Officer Miranda Maris.
See? It's an imposter.
What are you talking about?
Imposter alien.
Right here on the tricorder.
She's an imposter? Like a double?
Or a spy.
How is that possible?
All I know is that she might look like Miranda. Walk and talk like her too. But she has different brainwaves, and even different DNA. This isn't the same person we left Starbase with. I'm going to feed this into the main computer and run some more analysis.
Commander, there's gotta be something we can do for her.
This is incredible. By some process we don't yet understand, Miranda's body is being rewritten. Her mind has been remapped to another personality, and her DNA is resequencing. I'm not sure the extent of it, but it appears to be pervasive. Someone has taken over and is bioforming her.
That's a crude way to describe it.
Bio.
Whoa, my eyes. What happened to her?
This is a problem. A big one.
What have you done with the real Miranda? Where is she?
You're looking at her. I'm Miranda, but so much more.
Oh, what? Oh, there's our two other people.
Don't let them get the storage drive!
Texta.
It's not in the Universal Translator.
I guess for Takan.
Who the hell are you?
We are the Scions of the Flame.
Stop her!
They're getting away!
Miranda didn't like that. He's gonna remember that.
Scions of the Flame? I don't like the sound of that.
I guess the romance plot's not gonna happen after all.
You're never gonna believe this. The reason the Universal Translator didn't recognize that language is because it's only ever been read. It's the Takan language.
It's Takan. Dun dun dun.
Get your filthy Hotari hands off me!
I'm guessing they're gonna infect him with the... Infect him and turn him...
Wait. No.
Into their kind. And then he'll be under their control? Or their ally now?
Rise, brother. Rejoin the flame.
This can only mean our time has come.
I'm only sorry I couldn't find a more suitable host for you.
All in good time. This is only the beginning.
They're working together? An Elidian and a Hotari?
They're not Erlian and Hotari anymore. They're gone.
Secure the Cartabula.
Cartabula?
It's the energy source.
Spread out. Search the vault. Go back through the mine. Cut off their escape. Find them.
Time to go.
Okay, we'll do the escape sequence here. I'm gonna have to cut off here soon, so let's do this sequence. Hopefully I'll get to a good stopping point. Laser. Headshot.
We're trapped. We're blocking the only exit.
Maybe not. Can you buy me some time? For what?
Run them over with the
This
mining
vehicle
tractor.
looks a lot tougher than that barrier.
Okay. Okay, don't get shot 3 times.
Shoot the Hotari woman!
Enemies also target my allies. Okay.
Jara! Get on! Hold on to something.
Don't stop. I'll handle them.
Okay. Switch between cover spots. Okay.
Shoot the one driving the machine!
I can't shoot the ones behind me. Huh? Yeah, I can't turn behind myself.
Tylus! We're surrounded.
I'll get it working. I just need some time.
Sorry. Try again.
Tylus!
Can we skip? Oh no, I don't want to exit. I was just trying to see if there was a skip.
We're surrounded.
I'll get it working.
I guess there's no skip.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm gonna go right in the pit.
The lift. We're trapped.
Resolute, 2 to beam up immediately. Resolute, come in.
Or the shuttle. Oh, getting slow mouse.
Are you alright?
I think so. It hurts.
Would look faster if they let me move the mouse at normal speed. Are we gonna latch on to the lithium and just float up?
What are you doing?
Hold on to me.
Commander, we read you, but there's too much interference. Transporters still can't get a lock.
I guess we're dead then.
Miranda was able to transport through the storm. There has to be some path through that we're not seeing.
Tetrametric radiation is saturating our sensors. There is too much interference to pick up the residual transporter signature.
Wait. Tetrametric radiation. Of course. I can align the transporter with the tetrametric signature. The crystals emit tetrametric pulses every 3.8422 seconds, roughly 26 centihertz. All of this is connected. The storm, the warp killing.
I hate this.
crystals.
It moves around too much. Come on, game. It's more annoying to deal with than it is
There are a
interesting.
lot of biosigns in that mine, all stacked on top of each other. I need something to identify the commander signal. Something loud, energetic.
Understood. Commander Rydek, we have penetrated the storm's interference, but we are unable to pinpoint your signature. We need you to generate a high-energy event to help us...
High-energy event. Got it. Tylus, are you still with me?
I am.
Good. I'm going to shoot my phaser at some dilithium to cause a piezoelectric rupture.
What? Why?
Signal flare.
These
signals have to be pure enough.
Whoa! Dilithium explosion.
Is that energetic enough?
More than enough. I can lock onto their biosigns now.
And clear the brain.
I've got their biosigns isolated.
Commander, we have your signal.
I'm gonna tunnel a path through the ionic interference. I've got a path. Just gotta calibrate the signal. Got a lock.
Energize.
Petty Officer Diaz.
We're losing her.
The pattern is degrading. Can you hold the signal?
I'm trying. I got it. Oh, come on, come on. Yes!
Get her to sickbay.
Captain Solano and Ambassador Spock have just returned from Hotari.
Take a look at that.
Rydek, I need you on the bridge, now.
Don't stick yourself with it. Keep the pointy end away from you. Okay, we need to, like...
I'm here.
I need to stop somewhere. Kidding. This is the weird issue with this game. It's like there's very few good stopping points. It just keeps going and going and going and going and going. You need to find a place to stop, so I'm going to stop here. We're back on the ship. We'll resume another time. So, anyway. I'm kind of enjoying this. Even if there is some jank here going on every now and then. So. Alright. Let's go in the main menu. Yes, exit. We will pick up at the start of this next chapter. So, alright. So with the Khan Empire, or the real antagonist, I guess, maybe. I'm assuming all of the bad people are Takan. So, alright. It's been fun. And I will continue this another night. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.